Okay, guys, Stevie J here from Rockhammer on Gimme Metal, and I am joined in the house by TR Morton and Brendan O'Neill from the awesome Stoners from Virginia Beach, Freedom Hawk. Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hey man, how you doing?
So, so listen, guys, you have got the new album coming out on Ripple Music, haven't you? Is it on the 23rd of September? Is that right?
That's right. 23rd of September.
And it's called Take All You Can.
Yes.
Yep.
It's comes off a track from the album, Take All You Can. It's got a incredible guitar solo by Brendan.
I've heard it. On the title track.
Yeah.
I've heard it. I've heard the album. I've heard, and we're tipping it as one of the albums of the year. So you must be pretty proud of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. I appreciate that you like it. I know we like it.
Yeah.
It's really diverse, actually. Just if you don't mind my saying, just listening to it, it's quite a diverse album. Was that conscious? Is that something you guys did and thought let's mix it up a bit, or?
Well,
I'd say it was like kind of the COVID effect too, because we had time to really focus on writing, not gigging as much, and it's a lot of that album is kind of that, and learning how to do live streams and playing in our own practice unit and recording it, and it just kind of compiled from there, and the music just happened. It was killer.
it was almost like to me, it was like starting a new band, like where you don't have gigs to do and you just kind of get together and jam and just start writing songs, not really with any kind of direction, and just that's kind of what happened. So it was kind of organic.
That's cool. Did you write some of it in lockdown?
Pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we had some bits and pieces that they're like just some random riffs, and then we really just put it all together during COVID.
I reckon if there is one tiny ray of light in COVID, it is that everybody got kind of creative. They had the time to just reset, and there's been some fantastic music coming out over the last 2 years. I mentioned King Buffalo as well.
Right.
I mean, the sessions they did during lockdown, absolutely awesome. And obviously, obviously Take All You Can. Looking forward to that one. Got a quick question. Sorry, go on. TR.
I was say we did a live stream at our practice place, and it was playing some of these songs that were, if you went back and listened to it, they were like the music part was kind of done, but they weren't quite completed, but they were before we even recorded them. So
yeah, cool. Can I just ask you, we're curious over here, where does what's the origins of the name Freedom Hawk?
I'll let you take that one, T.
That's not my question.
So it came from a kind of a stony session that with friends, actually before the band started, and there used to be this commercial for like one of those compilation albums of different like old classic rock. So it was called Freedom Rock, and they had these two hippie guys that were talking about, oh yeah, man, when I was young, we remember this song, and they were playing. It was called Freedom Rock, and it was on all the time, like this infomercial. And we were like, me and my friends were like, well, instead of Freedom Rock, we'll make it Freedom Hawk, and we'll all grow big mustaches and play heavy rock and roll. And that's kind of where it came from.
A few weeks ago, I was lucky enough to bump into Jesse Hughes from Eagles of Death Metal, and mustaches will never be the same again. But you got this massive ginger walrus hanging down.
Yeah,
absolutely rocks it. So, yeah, really, really awesome.
I wish I could grow a mustache like that. That's pretty sweet one.
I wish I could. I mean, I'm 55, just coming up 55, and this is the best I can get on the side. That's it. I mean, literally, I need to shave and just put my head out the window in the morning and let the wind do the rest, So, are you you're big on surfing, you guys? Are you? or is that
Mhm.
is that my imagination? Does that here's a really daft one. Does the ocean, and where you are actually on Virginia Beach, does that have any influence on the sound or your lyrics or anything like that, or just coincidence?
I think it does.
For sure.
Virginia Beach is. I mean, we're on the ocean, but I mean, we don't have big waves here. But we do have a big passion for surfing, and so when there is a wave, I mean, people go crazy here. I mean, a lot of people from Virginia Beach will surf, all around the world, but it's not like it's not like California, but we do have a surf culture here, and it does kind of come out through the music, I think.
Yeah, it's probably a bit lousy trying to surf inside Chesapeake Bay, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have surfed the bay though, like during a hurricane a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Now in
Yeah.
a question here. Okay, so you played in Europe Desert Fest a few years ago, and we're all kind of wondering, have you got any plans to come over to the UK and Europe?
Yeah, I think that we were planning to come back, 2020. Had a plan to come back, like I think it was like going to be in October of 2020, but everything shut down, so that whole deal got canceled. And then I think that the plan right now, from what I was told from our manager, was that like in May of 2023, we were planning a tour back in UK and Europe. But I think what is our booking agent for Europe has folded due to COVID, like all their booking stuff that they stopped working, so they're not doing it anymore. So we're in the midst of trying to find a European booking. So if you know anybody,
Yeah, I do. Ben of Orange Goblin, actually, Ben Ward of Orange Goblin, he does Route 1 booking. So, and he's not not doing a lot. He's on holiday at the moment. So,
I know that I met him in Texas at South by Southwest, and it was super hot. He was complaining that the heat was too hot for an Englishman.
Oh, really?
In Texas. Yeah.
That was probably when he was, how can we say, a little bit larger. He got up to about 22 stone by the And yeah, I mean, I met them in 2021 and I was on a drinking session with him, and I'll tell you, I couldn't keep up. I really couldn't. But he's a reformed boy now. He's on one of these fitness programs. I mean, I know this because he's boring everybody on Facebook with it. Done some leg squats and thrusts and this, that, and the other. But I'll tell you what, he's a lean, mean fighting machine now. He's lost a hell of a lot of weight. So respect to the guy. And I'm going to say respect to the guy because he's 6'6".
Yeah, respect. Yeah.
So he's awesome. a big guy for sure.
You guys, I won't take too much of your time up, but just got to say, during a Twitter conversation, you were spotted as citing Hawkwind as one of your big influences. Is there a particular album or a particular era of Hawkwind that influenced the band at all?
I don't know if Hawkwind was necessarily an influence of mine per se, but probably Mark, our bass player, was for sure into Hawkwind. So I can't really name an album that. I mean, I've listened to Hawkwind. It's not really like big on my personal radar. I mean, as far as music wise, for me, in heavy music, obviously it started with Caius, back in like the late 90s, and then Monster Magnet and Soundgarden. I mean, all those, that's kind of where my origins of the heavy rock and roll came in, because before that I was into punk rock and stuff like that. So
sure,
as a kid, and then I found the good music.
I take it you don't mind being regarded as stoners then, because there's so much pigeonholing goes on in this industry. It really pisses me off sometimes when you get shoegaze and that sort of things like that. It's like, oh god, do you mind being called stoners?
I mean, I don't think I don't mind it. I mean, I wouldn't say that our music is technically stoner rock. I mean, I think it's just heavy rock and roll, but I mean, I don't think there's a problem with the genre stoner rock or the name of it. You know, I know some people don't like it, but that's kind of how I knew it as when I was younger. I mean, it was when that stuff came out, it was known as stoner rock, and stonerrock.com kind of had all the music that I would go to kind of listen to and to find some underground heavy music, you know.
Awesome. Okay.
So,
listen, guys, I won't take too much of your time. We'll just do 2 stupid questions because I'm really, really good at stupid questions. Brendan, if I can ask you first, I didn't prompt you this one, but you could be reincarnated as anybody, musical or otherwise, even from history. Who would you want to come back as, Brendan?
Man, I come back as my dog, man.
Well, nothing to do with licking your own balls, I hope.
Just eat and sleep all day, man. He's living the life, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Sleep. You know, I say that all the time. That's who I would be. I don't know.
Oh,
You ain't got to worry in the world, man.
yeah, definitely dog would be a pretty good.
TR, who would you come back as if you could?
I don't know. I think it would be cool to be like Beethoven or Mozart, to be able to write all that stuff and be. That seems like a pretty amazing kind of guy for as far as music and being creative. And that's kind of like my thing, is just trying to be creative. So I think that would be a person I could come back as, maybe.
Yeah, that's actually one of the coolest answers we've had, I think, actually. And lastly, TR,
he's been looping a piano at home, so he's feeling it.
What's that?
I said you've been looping that piano at home.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I've been working on my piano keyboard skills lately. So maybe.
Lastly, TR, I'll ask you and then I'll ask Brendan. Right? Okay. So we know what you're good at, and I was going to ask Iron Maiden this recently because we know what they're good at, flying planes and all that crap. What do you really suck at, or what do you really hate doing? I don't say talking to Gimme Metal DJs, please.
I would say I really hate working. That's probably my least favorite thing to do.
Yep, that's cool. That's cool, Brendan.
I wouldn't. I don't know. Not good at. I would say. I don't know. Keep my shit together sometimes, right? Like just life in general. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty scatterbrained a lot, so
okay.
I guess that's what I could be bad at. But yeah, not a really cool answer there, but yeah.
That's cool. Well, guys, listen, thank you so much for your time.
He's not good at answering the question.
What did you say? Yeah, that's obvious. Yeah.
Hey guys, I appreciate your time. I know that you're both working, and it's brilliant of you to take time in your day to talk to Rockhammer listeners. And we'll pop this up on YouTube shortly. And new album,
appreciate
Take All You Can, Ripple Music, 23rd September. Get it, everybody, or else. And we're pleased to have you as featured artist on Rockhammer for the 2nd time as well. So thank you.
Right on. Thank you, Stevie J. Rockhammer. Really appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, thanks, Stevie J. You the man.
Awesome.